compete for just my attention. He competes for my heart. That's why I need to spend time with him in the quiet. And it's so interesting to me that even though I'm with him in just those quiet moments, experiencing him is not quiet. It's so much more, much greater and fulfilling. And that's the fascinating thing. His power is not just bound to those quiet moments, but they give me the trust and strength that I need every day.
Hi, I'm Pastor Eladio Davis.
I'm Pastor Denny McCullough.
We are the hosts of your Bible study series, Words of Wisdom. In 2 Timothy 3:16, God reminds us that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof,
for correction, and for instruction in righteousness.
Words of Wisdom is a specially designed program brought to you by ATN in an effort to share the Advent message to our friends and faithful viewers who are yearning to build a growing and saving relationship with Jesus Christ. If you want to learn more about our rich Adventist heritage, basic fundamental beliefs, counsel on courtship and marriage,
or simply a deeper study of God's written word, then join us Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central TV. Join in and be a part of this special Bible studies effort by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry, by becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs, by your kind donations and of course your generous financial contributions. Contact us at 416139351 or send us an email at atn@cbm.belizeunion.org. We are located at 10 3/4 miles Philip Golson Highway. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry. It is our prayer that you will keep the book of the law always on your lips.
meditate on it day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to that which is written therein. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success.
You might be asking,
favorite nighttime television show, You Come Alive. Yes, I'm going to say it every week until it becomes true if it isn't already. I am your host, Jalen Pascascio, with me.
Co-host, Aislinn Murillo.
And our returning guest, we're going to eventually force her to stay.
On. Not our returning guest, she's supposed to be on one of us. But
right.
We're not call her out front of her face,
As well,
man.
I think you really just do it on live TV.
Live TV.
Yes, or soon to be finalized. So if we continue bullying up on TV and get it. Third co-host,
Ashanti Peak, man.
Right. If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Channel 98, or Twitch, and you haven't done so already because you're getting notification already, you're supposed to be done press share. We ask you to like, share, and comment. We look forward to your interaction in the comments, right? This week, before we get into our topic, we have a little housekeeping to do. First thing on the agenda, if you weren't aware, over the weekend was my co-host's birthday.
Hey.
I don't know how to bring the cake and the soft drink and the food for us, but we would just like to wish her a happy birthday. We wish all of God's richest blessings upon you and that He continues to enlarge your territory and grants you the desires of your heart.
Thank you.
Yes? And
Still celebrating, guys.
yeah, because of for the month, I think. Next on the agenda, how does one say this? If you forgot, or tagline for You Come Alive, it's on our commercial, if you missed the commercial.
We're going to play that in just a few minutes.
Just a few.
But we have some things that we want to say before we get there. And I think the host made kind of
Right.
go around.
I didn't get to it. I didn't get to it. We received some not so positive feedback from one of our episodes a few weeks ago. And what had happened was
AI.
the caption for Facebook picked up the wrong word and it gave the spelling for a word that we don't prefer to use in a Christian setting.
We don't use
we don't
any
use
at
it.
all.
While we, try to maintain English as our permanent basis. We do dabble a little bit in Creole every now and then, man, because we are Belizean and we're from the island. Jamaican. Right?
Island.
We do try our best, but however, things like that happen. Can we do anything about it? Sure we can. The way in which the complaint was lodged, I think, was a little
strong,
a little unfair to us.
As young people, I'm going to say unfair to us as young people because we're up here and
For the youth.
for the youths, we're for the youths presenting a program for youths, and so we are here. We are going to dissect these topics that we have, and we're going to give them
from a youth perspective.
With our own personal experiences that we have, and the laughter. The Bible even tell us that laughter is good medicine, and so we up here, the topics there could be very heavy, but if we can find where a little joy can come in, especially if one of us is sharing an experience, and that's how we choose to present our experience with laughter. It might sound heavy to you, but sometimes a laughter is my coping mechanism.
Right.
And so we can't eliminate laughter from a youth program because we are youths. Yes, the topics there could be very heavy, but we need to remember that we are young people and the world out there is already crashing down. And so if we can share the little that we have of a little wink of a smile, then we will share it. And so I can't promise that we are going to stop laughing up here on this platform. I can't promise that we would stop talking Creole on this platform. We can't promise that. But what we can promise is to give you a content
We're going to be the voice for the young people.
Right. That is what we are going to be promised.
Right.
And if you're a person that don't think that it is appropriate, then there's word of wisdom. There is our power. There is the Sabbath service. There's Sabbath school and divine service. There are other programs that comes on after these programs. There's the Finding Your Help there's other program that might be fitting for your age if you find the content to be not serious or
Youthful.
right.
But even so, we're not here to proclaim that we are professionals.
Right.
I don't personally have any experience in theology more than my own
Likewise
personal
myself.
devotion and reading of the Bible.
Right.
So if you feel that we may have been missing something in our discussions, join us in the comments and let us know your point of view, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other grow.
So with that, we should play
you wanna play the little commercial?
Yes, we should play our commercial so that you guys can know that we are an unscripted program for youths by youth. Well, if our technician can do so, can you play our? Do you really understand our youths and the challenges they face?
Are we truly listening to what they're saying or even care about how they feel?
Youth Come Alive is a new and innovative program where we discuss issues that matter, such as spirituality, sexuality, relationships, addictions, careers, and so much more.
Join us on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on all our streaming platforms.
Youth Come Alive, a program for youth. That was such a nice little commercial.
We need to continue to play our little promo,
Yeah.
especially like the little laugh at the end, you know? Give it a little spunk.
Now that we've, cleared up a little bit of the dust around the table, we can get into our topic for this evening. Now, you remember, not last week, but the week before, I was put on the spot, myself and our guest at the time, Jihad, about what makes us a man. Are we a real man? So the table have flipped, you notice?
We flip it over, you want we flip it over?
This time I love my hip hop, please. So now we have our two female co-hosts in the hot seat, and we're going to ask them what makes them a woman. Are you a real woman?
We. You know where I like about this? You know where I like about this? That you have to start.
Why me?
Because you ain't the magic chair for right now. You are the next host, but you are the guest. You are the guest host.
I believe the lot of bills make me a woman.
The lot of bills? Okay.
Light bill, water bill, internet bill, phone bill. I want to go back home.
Oh man. Oh man. What makes, well, make I go far back. Back in my days, my granny days, right?
Not Sylvain.
Yeah, right, Sylvia's, right. We're way back there, so because now in this generation, there's a lot of things now that you can be defined.
Oh, please, don't make go with the identity crisis.
Right, and so the feminism movement and all of that. But we went way back. We went way back to Stone Age.
It was a simpler time.
It was a simpler time. What makes a woman back then was the fact that she had a family. Because remember, she's just a helpmate. We were talking about the Garden of Eden and what Eve symbolized in the garden and to Adam. And so what was her task? To be a helpmeet or whatever it is that they said, use.
Potato.
Right. A helpmate for Adam. So while Adam was out in the field, tilling the soil and doing all the whatever, Eve was what? Gathering the food.
I'm pretty sure.
She was making the food. She was getting herself ready to replenish the earth with younger ones.
Right,
She was, and so these were things that made her a woman.
A woman.
These were things that defined a woman. And so now, in this generation, we have to now look at what is our purpose. Are we an entrepreneur? Are we walking in our feminism?
Oh.
feminism phase? Are we this? Are we that? And then it changed our entire perspective of being a woman now. Because now if you don't have the degree, let's not talk about the degrees. Because back then women never used to work, none at all. I don't know who fight to make we as women for work.
Don't make no sense.
And I don't know why. But those are things that define a woman, a woman.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I think the whole feminism thing started with Harriet Tubman. Because, yes, segregation was a thing, but you come in the middle of the bus, I don't know. You have to get at the front.
Wait, hold on.
No, Rosa Parks, sorry. I still mix up the two, Rosa Parks. Harriet Tubman too, because she really be like, I want carry on to freedom. Yeah.
Sister, everybody over the freedom.
I look for now.
Yeah. Woman.
So I want to pose this question here then, because, my limited experience, I remember this from human and social biology, but I believe it's, 10 to 16 years old, that when a girl's menstrual cycle begins.
Right.
Would you two say, when that starts, that is the beginning of womanhood?
Back in the days.
Back in the days? Okay.
Yes. But now, you're still a child. You're still developing.
Okay.
You're still growing.
My daughter and no woman.
There you go.
Alright.
Still my young baby.
She has a daughter to explain
Still
that
my
part.
young baby.
Right.
Baby.
Still your baby.
Still my baby.
Okay, I just have to ask because, there's the rating of the age range that when, as the Belizeans would say, they start smelling themselves. And then they think, woman, and then they want to do all of the womanly things.
Womanly things are cook, clean, wash, and now you have to go to work. You have to pay half of the bill. So
You have to buy the groceries as well.
I don't think smelling itself or the develop a little bit make them a woman.
When I was thinking about this topic, I have to go back to the Bible. To bring in the Bible. Proverbs 31. Let's see what makes a woman a woman. A virtuous woman. It says here, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. Her heart of her husband do it safely, entrusting her so that he shall have no need of spoil. So in other words, so she seeketh wool. So one, she go look for the clothes. You go look for the clothes. In other words, you go find the cloth, come home, sew it. Right. I can't sew.
So that one strike away from womanhood. Adjust the eyes.
Don't push it. Well, everybody have their own talent.
Tell me you can string the needle.
I could string the needle.
And if the man pants foot need one.
Exactly, I could do that.
That's it.
That. If when you want your foot, back in the days when your pants foot used to be big and now the skinny jeans, and you want to pull it in, I go on TikTok, not TikTok, YouTube, go find how to pull in the edges to make it get the pants foot get small.
Okay, so you could do adjustments.
I could do a little dazzle here and there. All right. So she finds the wool and she crafts it with her hands. Okay. So she goes far for her food. She rises while everybody is asleep, and she go get the food. So you go get the food, bring it back, and cook it.
So you have to make breakfast in the morning.
That's right.
I cook every morning.
Okay,
Hot food for 5 o'clock.
Okay, so she also buy the groceries. She also go and buy the groceries. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. So me the sister me the lift there, water and then bucket. You remember the woman used to go get the water from the well, right? What else? She makes sure that the lights aren't off. Verse 18.
So you pay
Right?
the bill, that what we would say?
So he said, but then I'm a candle man.
If you know how the candle, how you collect it?
He says she perceived that her merchandise is good, her candle go not out by night. So she makes sure there is enough oil in that lamp to keep it burning. So in other words, it is showing that she's basically taking care of the home in all aspects while the husband is out working and doing his part. What else?
Okay.
So and then she stretched out her hand to the poor. So she not only provide for herself and her home, she gives to the poor
And the needy.
and the needy. And she's not afraid of the snow of her household. Because she creates those,
Okay. I hear a lot of things upon this.
Right. So this is what I am saying. Back then we could have looked at Proverbs 31 and says, I am a woman because I have looked at what it means to be a woman. Now you know what I'm just remembering? Psalms 1. What makes you a man? Because when you're looking for a Psalms, when a Psalms 1 man is looking for a wife, he's looking for a Proverbs 31 woman. And vice versa, when a Proverbs 31 woman is looking for a husband, she's looking for a Psalms 1 man, husband. So those are the things that makes us a woman. So I would say being able to cook, clean, knead the bread,
Take care of the
care of the
children.
children,
Take care of your
groom them,
husband.
take care of your husband, whatever. And I know that some people would say, okay, we don't pass that generation, that old phrase.
Right.
But they still want a man get them money, so we not pass that phase. Because you still have to know how to take care of your house.
Right.
Okay.
I agree. You have to take care of your household. But you see, if we were not in the position where we had to work at this point in time, we would have been able to carry out these duties. But now how do we carry out? And this is why now women is fighting for other aspects. Because now they have to they have to do the same thing. And on top of that, go to work.
God give us the strength. I do it. I have to do it.
Okay,
Right?
so tell me how you do it.
Get up, cook food, get the children ready for school, get myself ready for work, go to work, come back, make tea in the evening, prepare to cook again in the morning. And then weekends you clean, wash, all the other stuff. So it's not something you can't do because now you're working. It's something now that it's embedded in you, so you do it and then you incorporate work. Because we weren't made for work.
Right? It's by nature, it's by our nature to be caring. We were made to be nurturers. And that's why when we see situations happening, the first thing we do is to want to care.
Okay. All right. So I know that there are some people who can't fulfill some of these womanly duties because they don't know how. They're not made the princess of the house, so they never had to do nothing. So they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to wash. You better mind the baby yourself because what you make I have on for. And they're not going to work. So, because I know some of the name literally just flash across my mind. Is that person a woman?
Hey, when you said that just now, it reminds me of a little scenario that I was watching on I don't know if it was TikTok or but it was one of those platforms I was watching this thing on. This lady, her husband saw her, thought she was beautiful, and so now he put her up on a pedestal, so she was a pedestal wife.
Okay.
So he comes in and he brings her a gift. But he sits down here in his office working, and then she's like up right here, not too far from the floor, but because of her not coming down, she's unaware of the distance between being up there and on the floor. So she was unable to walk after a while because she was this trophy wife. She was just put up there and given gifts. So she does nothing. And so there are some people that are like that, and that think that is what
This stem from woman, from being a woman, because a woman's job is to train their children.
right.
So if I'm being a woman, that means my children, they should know at least the basics. I have my son, and they could bake, they could wash, they could cook, they could clean, because that's my job, to make sure that they're okay. It's my job to let my son know that one day you will have a wife, one day you will, and you should be her partner, you know? Like, you can't depend on her, as especially in this day and age when you're going to work, your wife is going to work, because we can't say we're not work, everything expensive. Yeah. So it's my job to train my children. I put the flour and the thing in the dish, and I tell my daughter, come now. If you put too much water, you know, I have to add more flour. But you can't say, no, I want to do it and I want to do it. It's our job to teach them.
Because I know of someone, and I think at the time, the lady's daughter was, I think, about 12, 13, would not let that little girl get in the kitchen because, you're too young to get wrong stove. You can't learn. When you leave older, you will learn.
Right.
You know, now I know wash up, because I have personal dishwashers.
Oh. She birthed her staff.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't wash because they know on Fridays what to do, and they know that the dishes need to wash, the hall needs to be clean. So everybody has their job that they do, you know. I have to go out and work, and I have to pay the bills. That you can sit with the light, you can sit in front of the television, but in order to do that, if it's your day to go and wash the dishes, get that done first.
Right.
If it's your day to clean the bathroom, just make sure it's swept and kept. That's your job to do. And then you clean, like, I have the hall, the kitchen, the bathroom. Everybody share that days. And then you keep your room clean because that's your personal space. Like, I had to tell them today, if the room not clean tonight, you can't sleep in there. Because then, you know? So we have to train women. As a woman, you have to train as a
I
woman.
don't know, but Ashanti seems to have some very unconventional ways of how she get their kids together. But it seems to be working.
You think, listen, make I tell you something about Miss Aislinn Murillo and in watch. I don't want to talk about her. Yo, I used to fear when mama stayed home and we did at school. Because back then, everything hide when I was supposed to be clean on Friday for, Sabbath.
Just push it under.
Everything go under the bed or in the closet, or sometimes in the closet they up high with things in there. Listen, Miss Aislinn, she stay home when I hear my mama stay home. Listen, I met Jesus. I met Jesus in that moment when I walk in my room, brother. Hey! Everything from out of the closet is on the floor.
How you think you might get away, innit?
Yeah.
Everything from under the bed is out on the floor, and then you walk in and say, Lord have mercy, how am I going to clean that and do my school work?
But if you may clean it long time,
Yeah.
So if the room not clean, then you can't sleep in it. And you can't bring out the mattress, so that means you have to sleep on the floor in the hall, because I sure that clean, because if that not clean, I will wake you up to clean it. And that's how we have to train them, right?
Wow.
Listen, sometimes we have to train these young people in a very...
Yeah. They used to do it to us, and look at us now.
We look right. I was just about to say, we were raised that way. Now, we find if you go in my room, it clean.
Like the thing says, Mom said to tell the children, Mom used to let us play outside. Don't bring toys in the house. Don't bring things in the house. And now Grandma has the trampoline in the middle of the hall.
My mom? My mom?
No.
My mom? Mr. Aislinn Murillo.
The government name. I don't know.
So yeah, man. I clean up the house and I fix the house and I spread the chair and I fix all the things. And then Theodore Murillo.
Everybody name they get called, nobody's safe.
Theodore Murillo, my nephew, that was 2 years old at that point in time, come and tear everything out of the chair and go, I said, boy, if you not put it back, you will be me, yo. And I make it put it back, and they ball they put it back, and you know where you do? When they see me, they come, they hurry get in at the back of the cushions there, and start to go, left the baby alone, letting me, huh? If that ain't me, was.
It worked though.
Well, it worked for you too. Oh.
The method works.
When they give me, they get. If it may work, me never bad.
We're good for the geese, good for the gander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as their job as women is to train them.
Right.
It's written that's our job. To
So we have-
nurture and care for them.
Right. We have right now we have to stick a pin there as we go on our break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Pastor Emiliano Viamel.
And I'm Elder Shane Neal.
And
we're the hosts of Hour of Power. We are ready to pray for you and with you.
Prayer is the key that unlocks heaven's door. In Philippians 4, 6, and 7, God cautions us not to be anxious about anything.
Instead, in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.
Join us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central Cable TV, to experience this peace that passeth all understanding. You can join our global prayer family by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry.
By becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs.
With your kind donations as well as your generous financial contributions.
Contact us at 501-613-9351.
Or send us an email at atn@cbn.belizeunion.org.
We are located at 10 3/4 miles Northern Highway at the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry.
And we pray God's richest blessings upon you and your family.
We're fine. It's been crazy lately, though. Last week, this tornado just crashed through my entire neighborhood. Everything went dark. We had, no electricity, nothing. all of my classes are online, and that's why it's really difficult to keep up with everything. But I think God calls me in the midst of all of this chaos and noise and, I don't know, everything. But he doesn't compete for just my attention. He competes for my heart. That's why I need to spend time with him in the quiet. And it's so interesting to me that even though I'm with him in just those quiet moments, experiencing him is not quiet. It's so much more, much greater and fulfilling. And that's the fascinating thing. His power is not just bound to those quiet moments, but they give me the trust and strength that I need every day.
And just like that, we're back from our break. I definitely feel like we never got away, but it's all right, it's okay. The people that gotta pay their bills. We're back on the topic of, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Are you a real woman?
Okay.
You never know me a freestyle that? What?
Okay.
I tell them I do that. No, because, the song really said I don't cook, I don't clean. And they two ladies just told us that that's a part of being a woman.
The person will write this song, cook or clean.
Well, so that false prophecy.
Yep.
That's entertainment.
All right, then. So, we done throw the... Anyways, and I say, because I don't want nobody feel less of a woman. But can we find anybody in the Bible who don't think exemplifies what being a woman is? Because when I think, remember I asked the question about menstrual cycle and childbirth. Remember there's that one lady who couldn't have a child, and I'm pretty sure that Penina, when they be at 30 nice side, be like, you don't listen to a woman and me because you can't have no picnic.
Yep.
Anybody come to mind? I could call name,
Go ahead, call name.
Come on, could talk about Sarah.
Okay. We talk about the tea hut.
What?
The tea hut over there. Sarah. I think. Go ahead.
Like he said, not having a child, I don't think that make you no less of a woman, right? There's women, we can go from the Bible, we can go from today. There's women who take on role of motherhood as aunts, as cousins, as sisters, and they do sometimes go above what is expected of them as women. They still need to know how to be a nurturer, right?
Yep.
So even as a woman, we have teachers who are women, they don't have children. We have counselors. And they take on that same role as being a nurturer, as being caring, as being dependable, because a woman is always there. I think a woman, not to put down man, but women have more jobs than a man.
Okay.
Because look at their house. Who do you call first, your mom or your dad?
My mom? Only
Yeah.
because...
Like you don't have one pa. So women always are at the right there, right?
Only for the speed dial.
Yeah, like ma, not supper. Ma I need money, ma I need this, ma sick, ma, So a woman is always there. They wear so many hats. You don't have to have a child too. And then again,
a video came in my mind just now with this man and his wife. The mother is on the phone and the little boy running, Ma, I can please get a snack? And the father said, all right, that's all. Ma. And so the husband looked at him and said, leave my wife alone. Get out of here.
Wow.
he should have made it up and get his.
He was like, right? And that was what he was fighting. He said, I am right here. My wife is busy. And I am sitting right here. And this child proceeds to provoke his mother instead of ask me when they're right here. Why can't you ask me?
This snacks taste different.
I mean, it come in our pack.
Yes, but if you're not handling it properly, if you're not got the mother touch and you open it, it expires the thing.
Oh, mommy, open it different. Okay then, I guess so. But that video came to my mind because it is the truth. It is the truth. The first person we do call to is our mother.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it is her mother. And then, I don't know. I don't know where I call her Papa.
I don't know. What you call Bush for?
Oh, I don't know. That if the lighting in my room need not come on, please come fix it.
Oh,
Daddy,
so Bob the Builder.
They've did Daddy, you could please light this fire hot so we could barbecue some chicken. So you can light the fire. No. Listen, the other day I wanted to barbecue. My mother there, and I could not for the life of me light the grill.
No woman.
No, because
a real woman me I could like that.
Anybody in the Bible me I could like that.
I like the thing I throw all women need to get throw up on the wood to make it blaze and listen here. Me struggle.
When you master light the fire, woman.
Whoa. Never.
No, sir.
Then they tell me when I learned to master to make bread, then I had a woman. And I've learned that.
Okay. All right.
The fire now. Keep going.
I do need to learn how to light the fire.
Yeah.
I do need to learn to light
because
the
I
fire.
promise you that Eve may light the fire.
Change for gas tank.
That too.
Everything.
I don't use when gas done, my pa switch in the gas tank right away. I know why I tell you no.
Well, I guess you never eat that day,
innit? I call all my friends there with the guys and I say, listen, I need my gas tank change. You know how to change it? Eventually one of them show up, you know, to change the gas tank. It was a struggle. So I do call my mom for other things and I attack her.
Almost everything.
But my pa, that everything to do with fixing the house.
Okay. All right. I'm like
why you call your mom?
Why I call my mom?
Why you not call your mom for?
Why I not call my mom for? That's a good question. I think, you know, my case is very unique because I feel like my mom call my name more than I call her name. She probably watch right now and be like, this son of a, I don't know what. But that's true. In the house, Jalen! Sometimes when I'm in the kitchen, I just call her for one thing. When I'm in the kitchen, I call her name, you know. What? What? So I would do everything me to cook. And I no. It right over there.
Okay.
I did cook. I did do everything in the kitchen and I call her for one thing. God forbid I need I sound like the oven for me because my hand's busy right now. I don't know why you need me to come in. Anyway, but
I guess we just be calling out our moms on this.
Nobody's safe.
No, we.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
My mom still lash me. Sorry.
I know what it takes me. Okay.
Tell me what he said.
I would prefer not to. But my mom, my everything, one thing about it, because my pa never did wrong, so.
And that's the next thing.
Yeah.
Fathers can leave and go, but.
All right, because I could speak from some knowledge that I know that's not always true, but I can't
it's not
tell
always,
why I know it, but it happens.
It's not always what
it does
most
happen.
of the time.
I want us to talk about then we're still upon the Bible characters because I just feel like there's something very conflicting.
Okay.
Rebecca.
Okay.
I don't remember Rebecca though. It was very deceitful, if you ask me. Very divisive. Very messy.
Tell where Rebecca though.
When Rebecca tell the brother for go lie to a pa, forget the birthright. Make the soup and everything, you know. Put on the fur pan and make you run it rub it hand.
But
Be
did
like,
that made her less of a woman?
Well, I'm not qualified for speak on that. So that's why that's no.
Would that make you less of a man?
Not less, but it definitely question your integrity because it's very
right
disingenuous.
Right.
You know, very disingenuous.
So that it doesn't make her less of a woman, but it makes her less. Her character. There's a flaw in character at that point in time. How about Rahab? The red rope on the side of the wall. Does her choices, did that make her less of a woman? Did that make her not a woman?
A woman going to survival mode, you know. So we don't know why she did what she did, but that didn't make her less of a woman.
I agree.
Okay.
But then
fair enough.
She did something that counter for
all of that.
All of that. Yeah.
All right.
I saw this picture today that says sin, and then it's like this iceberg. On top here, the person sins, but then the bottom here is the amount of good deeds that he did.
But nobody see that.
And nobody see it. And then on the other side, the next person good deeds that is same size as the next person's sin, but the sin was like extremely great. So like you have to make sure you weigh the pros and the cons to see if it makes them less of a person or it makes them just a character flaw.
Okay.
You know.
Who else?
How about Eve?
Hey!
The power that she had.
Hey! Not Eve.
You know, sometimes I prefer to refrain from.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Speaking on Bruno because when you really sit down and diagnose the whole situation and dissect it and really look into the nitty gritty. That he felt Halloween in this situation we're in right now. And nobody wants to talk about it. Can it be like, no, because Adam come and say no.
You know,
yeah.
Listen, hold on. I want to write this off. Because maybe
what?
If Adam may say no, God may give our new Eve.
Instant.
And then no one else may get born up and...
I'm not thinking me burn up. I think he may, screws and funny.
No, because she would never be
it just
no longer.
Disappear.
Right.
But see that never the way how God may design marriage in a way.
You see, and then make her tell her why that really Eve felt. Because she knows that she's supposed to provide food for this man. So if I give you to eat it, and that's why I don't eat it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Bible also said be wise.
Right.
But this took place in Genesis. Before that.
But before that, whenever me and need what Genesis.
Right, because it give it tell we that thing that tree that we sit in the middle of the garden.
Not touch it.
Do not touch it.
Because your ears hard.
But because Eve decided to go stray away from a husband's side.
Oh, said, and that point just come into somebody just the message come direct to me.
Okay, go ahead.
The same thing. She drifted from her husband.
Right, she drifted
which is, if you want to spin it and reshuffle the words, a woman supposed to stick beside her man.
How about on another point, on another on another perspective. She wasn't doing her job, she wasn't at work. She wasn't out there getting the wool. She wasn't out there getting the food.
You get distracted.
Right, she got distracted.
You see, because
so she didn't go to work.
He never gone to work. He never made a tent to those. He gone to Mirab gang at Christmas shop. And when he in there, so the snake pop up in the kitchen section and be like, you need a new stove. You see, I didn't modernize it.
That is perfect because we sometimes we like to say, but they're not old scriptures, they're not old news. So we have to come with the modern day situations where we allow us to be like, okay, this is what really happened. So no, please tell Tamara without no husband.
Or you know when they got a pink. Or they got LA fashions and then they go buy lots of clothes and shoes.
You know why?
And spend out the money for the light bill.
You know why you stay with your husband so that they could pay. So that you don't have to pay out your own money. There we go.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Anybody else want to highlight? Ruth.
Oh, I was just about to say.
Wow, Ruth. I feel like that goes to, that speaks to a rite of passage because she makes sure the husband safe. I had to take care of the things in the garden. That means I could take care of you.
But you see what happened? She had a good mother.
Well,
I'm not a
mother-in-law.
But she still mothered her.
Yeah.
She chose to stay where she had good instructions. And so, in that sense, the mother guided her. Okay, Ruth, you need to go out and gather wheat. We don't have any here, so you need to go and gather wheat. But when you're gathering wheat, don't go on this side. Go on this side where the rich man is at. Mama need to give me the instruction.
I don't know where they go on.
Mama need to give me the instruction.
I don't know why you not left Miss Dan alone. Because she not bother none at all.
Yes, it bother me. Because sister fight hard. Finally, come on, say this.
On another note,
husband.
While we're on the topic,
on another note,
Pharaoh's wife. Pharaoh's wife.
She may just get crafted in a hell.
Crafted in hell?
Yes.
Is crazy. Just what? Crafted
because
in hell?
Why would she do that to
Joseph
and then lie on him?
It's giving non-virtuous. I don't know.
Again, she made stray away from her husband. She never made take care of the mansion. Miss, you got a whole mansion and a king. And where to do that leave whole house over, so he just got a leave room. He got a leave room.
In my house.
In
my house. What?
He even had the fine linen by bed. What you would do in the ballet corner of your room?
Crazy. That when you say that when your eye wander from your husband. Come back, we talk about Lot's wife then. I think she be the last one I show up here, so.
I just made to talk about she today.
Lot's wife. No, you know what? We got next one for chewing, but Lot's wife.
You know most of the women they choose disobedience, you know.
Hey!
Most of them.
I just feel
it build against your character.
No.
But no, we choose Ruth. Ruth was a good one.
One of many.
We could talk about Esther.
We can talk about Mary.
We could talk about who?
Okay, yes, Mary. Mary's a good one.
Mary.
But then her
Dorcas.
Her situation was a little different.
Yeah, God be like, all right, so I want you to put aside your own responsibilities because I want to give you a bigger task.
But if he didn't find her to be
obedient,
a woman,
uh-huh,
fearing of God,
right,
then she wouldn't have been chosen. So we have to give her credit.
Right. Okay. So she was that Proverbs 31
yeah,
woman at that point in time.
She exceeded that limit because in order for you to choose who the Savior is going to be given to, you have to exceed above the expectation of what normal was. And she did that. So apart from being special in whatever, and then she had the task to make sure that he stayed on the path. Mm-hmm. Because she could have been like Eve and said, no, but you are being no savior right now, drink some coke. eat some pigtail.
Right.
Just do everything other than what you're
A
supposed to do.
pigtail.
Yeah. So she stick to what she was supposed to do. She was a woman.
Okay.
I like the same as Hannah, because when Hannah was given that child later on in her life, she did exactly what she said she told God she was gonna do. And so she stick to it, but she had an interference with Penina being her
Thorny nice
side. Right.
Another woman.
Another woman. And so each of these women played a different role throughout the Bible. And somebody mentioned a name just now, and I said I was going to come right back to it.
That's why. Esther, Dorcas.
Esther, yes, Esther. Because I want to go to Esther, and not only Esther, but also Vashti. Because we saw the both characteristics of both women. And Vashti decided, you not take me for a fool. Not because I'm beautiful, you are bring me out there to your drunken friends to dance before me.
Mm-hmm. What so, look like to you?
Right. So the strength of that where part of feminism must come from, right? Because the strength of Esther, Vashti, the strength of Vashti played an important role in that entire story. But it also highlighted the strength of the character of Esther, because now Esther had to show that same strength to the king while he was sober. Mm-hmm. But he did not see that strength in Vashti because he was under the influence. And so, but we see where Esther took that entire empire into because her people was about to be jeopardized in the entire situation. And so Esther's strength and the way she was raised by her uncle, because it don't last in my pa. These Bible stories helps us to understand life and how it goes.
But you notice being a woman, you gain some sort of power. Mm-hmm. Either to make you or to break you.
Right.
So, being a woman, you have powerful strengths. You just have to know how to place it. Because
like Rahab.
You could, but again, we don't even know what a Rahab situation. Right. So, being a woman this day, like being a woman now, you have the power to build your house, or you have the power to break it apart. Mm-hmm. Because, like we said, Pharaoh's wife, she had everything, but she
chose to tear it apart.
Yeah, and then we have Mary, who chose to train her child the right way. Okay. So as a woman, we have that power to be that example, because like I said before, nobody really look upon daddy. Like daddy existing at that corner over there. But
the corner is crazy.
Man, he plays a vital role, you know.
I know, but in the upbringing of the children and the guidance of the home, that woman stands out there, because that's what we were called to do. Mm-hmm. To be nurturers, right? Father up there, then mother to take care of the children. So the children look to us for example, and that's where the training begins, because it's our duty to train women.
Yep. I like what you said earlier, that the woman builds it or tear it apart. And I just want to emphasize a little bit on Rahab, because Rahab's same weakness became her strength in order to save God's people. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we want to look at people and look at women and look at the mistakes that they've made and tear them apart because of the mistakes that they've made. But then we also have to look at the whys. What is the root? What causes where did it stem from? And then when you figure out the root cause of anything, that's when you are able to fix it. Mm-hmm. And when you fix it, then you can make 180. So you can make a difference now. Because, for example, you have there's a flowing stream, and the stream stop flow, so it start to accumulate a lot of dirt. What you going to do? Look to see that which end of the stream clog up, so that you could clean it in order for it to flow properly again, so it could be as beautiful as it is. And so that's the same thing with us as women. We make mistakes. We try to be able to be strong, holding down an entire home while working, come home, cook, and that's because you're tired. Imagine dealing with people picnic with another year, so you never train them. And you have to deal with 20 and A in our classroom, so that's 20 different characteristics plus yours. And then you come home tired, and you have to cook, and you have to provide for not only for those that have husband, they have to provide for their children and their husband. So when is it that they have the moment to provide for themselves or feed into themselves?
That you're
Strength of a
borderline.
That's why you have the strength
very
of
fine things.
That's right. That's why you have the strength of a woman. And so that's why all these movements that are happening now, it makes you, as when you're growing up, it makes you, it saps you down, because everybody they push in your face. Oh, I have a master's degree, so everybody want to try to go for a master's degree, because if you don't have the master's degree, then you're
not achieve nothing.
Right, you're not achieve nothing. Or if you don't have these qualities that now you're defined by. And so it makes being a woman even harder in this generation. So it's a task and a half now to raise these children to be able to grow up with the virtue of a Proverbs 21 woman, and still be able to survive in society as a Proverbs 31 woman.
Okay. Last thing I'll ask you then. When do you think it's appropriate to start teaching these things?
From my I am wash fan is 7.
From 7?
Yes.
The physical things.
The physical things.
In the entire aspect.
Well, in the womb. In the womb. In the womb. Because that's where you sing to a child. That's where you speak to them. That's where you tell them stories. You speak. You know the one thing, the first thing that a child develop in the womb, first the taste, because of the umbilical cord, whatever. Then the hearing. So you hear everything. So I always say children are little adults, because they don't kind of know, they just need to learn to speak it. So.
And then as they grow, they look at you,
Right.
they
Right.
mimic what they see. So
Right.
they're
So-
always learning.
So you teach them from the womb.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to leave with the woman power watching our show tonight?
In the 1 minute that we have?
Yeah.
I like that it's a lot of women watching tonight.
Are you a real woman?
Are you a real woman? Go think about that question, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about it, another time. But with that, I think that we had a full conversation, and the topic was full enough, and we dissect the different women and the strength that we see in a woman.
All right. Well, with that, we thank our returning guest co-host, Ashanti, for being here. And we thank you all for watching and tuning in on the quality and the comments.
I
our
know.
tone about that. Do better for next episode.
I agree.
With that, we thank you for joining us once again, and we see you next time, same place.
Bye.
As a non-profit organization, the Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.belizeunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.